at the top of his head.
Welcome to the second analysis of an accent, this time featuring Boris from the Life of Boris. So you probably know this guy, but if you have been living under a rock for the past 5 years, let me give you a quick summary.
Ой, блядь. Блядь, иди нахуй. Блядь, пиздец. Блядь, говно. Иди нахуй. Ай, блядь, языкот, сука. Блядь, на урод, блядь. Урод, блядь. Ай, блядь, иди нахуй. Ёбаный урод, блядь.
If you watch Boris's videos, you might have noticed a slight, very faint accent.
Some professional grade catch pillows here.
And you kept wondering what actually makes you recognize that accent and why is your first association. Well, there's actually a legitimate reason behind that, and in this video I'm going to show you why. Just like in my video about K-Mac and the Scottish accent, I'll be using letters from the International Phonetic Alphabet. You don't need to learn them because I'll show you everything, but you should. Because if I see this happening under one of my videos, you'll get banned for all eternity. Anyway, without wasting more of your time, let's get started. Short answer is yes. Long answer is too long, so I'll give you the middle version. It is basically an over-exaggerated version of the Russian accent. You can hear this exaggeration clearly if you compare his oldest videos, where his accent is closer to the ones I know from my Russian friends and students, to his newest videos, where he's basically taken the piss. Compare.
We are here, my friend. I hope you will be traveling with Boris soon. Hey, why not close door?
2.
Parking, of course we have parking. What did you just is the moon? I mean, the red square, блин.
I guess it went something like this. Hello, this cab driver Boris, where can I pick you up? People seem to like the Russian accent. I should focus more on that.
This is cab driver Boris, suka, where want to go?
So yeah, since 80% of his videos are produced with the, let's say, new accent, I'm gonna analyze that one. There are many factors that play a big role when it comes to the Russian accent, but I'll try to boil everything down to the most recognizable features. Of course, there are some features that everyone instantly recognizes, like the rolled r,
Do not worry about making a mess.
pronouncing the h not h but h,
Hello, family.
and turning the th in this or think into this and think.
What is this? Бабушка с jam shell for what?
Blah. This is German perfection, beautifully portrayed with a fine sense of refinement.
Volkswagen, das Auto.
But I want to show you the world behind these obvious things. There's much more to the Russian accent than you might think. I talked about this in my So You Want to Learn Russian video, so you can watch that as well, but I'm gonna summarize it quickly once again. Parallelization is a term for when you simultaneously pronounce y, like in yes, and velarization is when you simultaneously lift your tongue to that point where you usually say g or k, all while saying a consonant. Russian does only contain palatalized and velarized consonants, but no normal ones. Luk means onion, and the L is velarized, like the 2 L's in roll. Lyuk, however, means hatch, and the L is palatalized. So when Russian natives read and speak English, naturally they bring their rules over to the language. And as a result, instead of saying so many times, you get so many times.
So many times.
Or instead of more money to the companies, you get more money to the companies.
More money to the companies.
But this is only the tip of the iceberg, so let's dive deeper. Aspiration is something really difficult to grasp for speakers of Germanic languages like German, English, Danish, Dutch, because we change between unaspirated and aspirated consonants automatically. But what does that actually mean? Aspiration is basically a little puff after the consonant, and in linguistics it's written with a little h. Let's listen to these words and try to pay attention to the consonant before the vowel. Kale, scale. Park, spark. Take, stake. Now, Russian doesn't have any aspiration whatsoever, so listen to what happens when I start deaspirating the words in the first row. Kale, gale. Park, bark. Take, dake. You might confuse them with voiced consonants like g, b, and d, but it's not the same. In many Indian languages, for example, you differentiate between voiceless aspirated, voiceless unaspirated, voiced unaspirated, and voiced aspirated consonants. Pa, ba, ba, bha. And confusing them results in either a wrong word or a funny accent. I'll now show you a clip from Boris preparing холодец, and let's see how often he deaspirates the consonants.
Some холодец. You can write down ingredients and try make it at home, but if you see what comes next, you might change your mind. Salt? No, this is not secret ingredient. The bay leaf. Close, but still no. Ищи disco page, you not buy from shop.
God, linguists suck at coming up with names, but the concept behind this is actually quite easy to understand. At the end of a word or syllable, letters like d, b, g, and z become unvoiced, so they turn into t, p, k, and s. English does not have this feature and it drives foreigners nuts. In English, there will always be a difference between bad, bat, lab, lap, or buzz, bus. And as you might have guessed already, in Russian it doesn't exist as well.
Шесть чиз,
Although Boris doesn't make this mistake very often, of course I found a couple of spots.
Like pigeons, bugs, spiders, even gopnik. But also one big sign saying, what? Road crossing. Hey, just check the bottom. Made in Germany. Made in Germany.
German perfection. There's a thing that almost all Slavic languages do, and that is not giving a flying fuck about articles. Boris uses them 50% of the time, which made me really disappointed. Boris, blin, stay true to inner Slav and not use capitalist article propaganda. But you might have guessed it, I still found footage of this предатель not using any articles.
It have many mountains and is shaped like rectangle. But what is point? You start off your day in communist potato simulator and at same time being happy for opportunity to be born in communist state.
See? In English, vowels are reduced when they are unstressed, which is why you don't say about, but about.
Putang diese alto gidir, we can hear how English word sound. I find very consistent. I'm the pronunciation of vowels.
In Russian it's the same thing, just not how you would expect. Now, while unstressed vowels in English turn into this schwa sound, Russian vowels are reduced differently depending on the environment they're in. Especially remarkable is how O's behave. If an O is unstressed, it can turn into A and so this word is not read хорошо, but хорошо.
Colorado, North Carolina, North Dakota.
But Boris is really inconsistent with that, so I picked another example.
Very hot potato.
And that, my friends, is also why this Slav's name is not Boris or Boris, but Boris.
Борис.
Life of Boris.
Now, there are a few more things that confuse the heck out of me because Boris's accent is actually really untypical.
Salad Olivia.
Olivier. And being true to the statement that he's from Slavistan, he knows a lot of non-Russian words. He also makes a lot of mistakes, probably intentionally to confuse the fucking linguists. But the way he pronounces certain words in Russian makes it possible to pinpoint the region where his accent is from. We can divide the region of Western Russia into 3 different dialectal regions: the northern dialects, the southern dialects, and the central dialects. In order to understand what kind of accent Boris is using, we have to ask 2 questions. Question 1. How does he pronounce unstressed O's? If he pronounces unstressed O's in words like this one, like O, then that is called okanye, and that's a very typical feature of northern dialects.
There will always be some холодец. Some people do say this solyanka.
Nope, neither does he say холодец nor solyanka, so not a northern dialect. Next, if he pronounces g like r, as you would find in Ukrainian, then that's called rakanye, and that in turn is an indicator of southern dialects.
There was easy. Stroganov is served. Prepare to create your Stroganov for one.
Absolutely not. People in the south turn говорить благодаря and город into говорить благодаря and город. Since he's mixing the features, the only option left is a Central Russian dialect. Now, unfortunately, that is also the standard Russian dialect that spread and that was used in all countries of the Soviet Union, so to draw a conclusion, I have no fucking idea where he's from. In the end, that's all I can say about his accent, and while he might be over-exaggerating a bit, I still like the style of his videos and the spirit to discover new things.
Let's try something new. And this internet, half land is German as well.
German perfection. If you like this video and you're interested in linguistics that are completely useless and will never help you in your life, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. And you should also subscribe to Boris, otherwise this poor guy will die of a rakia infection. If you want me to continue this video series, leave a comment about what person or accent I should analyze next. See you soon and stay cheeky-breeky.